Welcome into another edition of QB Academy. Jeremy Huber joined by Michael Nebrich today. And Mike, got a few quarterbacks we're going to go ahead and take a look at right now. We'll go ahead and check in on a QB that's a local guy in Virginia. It's Jimmy Check of Paul VI.
Yeah, we're going to talk about Jimmy Check, a guy from Paul VI, like you mentioned. He's a 6'4", 195-pound guy, big stature quarterback. Really good mobility-wise for a guy his size. Does a good job using his feet, making plays with his feet down the field, extending different plays throughout the course of the pocket. Really smart quarterback. He's committed to play at Yale next year, so a really smart guy in the backfield there that you want, and that's one of the things you look for in young quarterbacks. So a very impressive quarterback for Paul VI.
Yeah, of course, the guy, as you said, going to Yale, got to be a smart guy to end up there. I guess let's go ahead and see what are some of the things that he does well.
So we're going to start off with just showing off his athleticism here on this first clip. And like I mentioned, he does a really good job using his feet to extend plays, whether that be dropping back, not having anybody open, stepping up in the pocket and running. So he does a really nice job using his feet, making big plays down the field, and that's what we're going to go ahead and take a look at here in this first clip. So again, just a simple play, and we're going to just talk about his athleticism here. So he's just going to basically take the snap, takes his drop, and doesn't see anybody open. So he steps up in the pocket, uses that athleticism, and he's a guy who at 6'4" doesn't look like the fastest guy out there, but somehow, you watch throughout the course of these games, he escapes, finds a hole, and then breaks away from the defense. So he has very sneaky speed. But the thing I like most about this play, and one of the things I like about him as a quarterback, is he does a really nice job here, if we can roll it, at moving up in the pocket. A lot of quarterbacks, when they start to feel that pressure, they try and get around it and use their athleticism. He does a nice job here stepping up in the pocket, and that's where you find those lanes as a quarterback to run. His wide receivers pick up nice blocks for him, and like I said, just uses that speed that doesn't look all that fast, but somehow he just finds a way to pull away from defenses. So really good athleticism for a guy his size, really fun to watch running the football.
Good to see him there again, finding a spot and just going when it's there.
Yeah, and he does a really nice job of that, finding different lanes to run up through the pocket in. So this next clip, we're going to talk about, switch gears a little bit and talk about his smarts as a quarterback and his coverage recognition here. So I'm not exactly sure, actually watching this clip, what the coverage is. It's a red zone coverage, so it's kind of hard to figure things out. But I think him and I can both agree that he's going to have man-to-man coverage to the boundary there. And his slot receiver is going to be running a slant route, which is one of the best man-beater routes that they have. So we're going to go ahead and start this. And he knows that he's going to be reading that outside linebacker. He knows he's going to that slot. So he has to read that outside linebacker, how fast he buzzes out, and decide what kind of throw he's going to do from there. If he throws it too late, the DB is going to break on the ball. If he throws it too early, that's where you see interceptions happen with that outside linebacker stepping in and making the catch. So if we run it here in slow motion, he's going to keep his eye on that outside linebacker. He sees him fly out, and he does a really nice job setting his feet and throwing the ball right off that outside linebacker's ear, buzzing it right past him, and then putting a really accurate football on his wide receiver. Makes a good play, really good red zone route, and just showing off his coverage recognition there and showing off his accuracy.
And again, a really impressive throw here, as you said, because that guy, it's so quick getting out there, seeing that linebacker, but knowing exactly where he is and getting it by him.
Yeah, it's very tough for all ages of quarterbacks to read that guy. You know the slant route's going to be there with that man coverage, so now you have to read that next level defender, and that's taking the play to the next step as a quarterback, reading that next defender and making sure that he can't step in the play, and making sure that that defender doesn't break on the ball. So like I said, he's a really smart quarterback. You see plays like that all over his film, so really impressive when you watch him kind of read different defenders for his throw cues. So this next clip here, just kind of showing off his gunslinger mentality, and I say that because when I'm watching his tape, he's one of those quarterbacks that isn't afraid to throw the ball into any window, whether it's tight, whether it's wide open, doesn't care. If he likes it, he's going to throw it. So let's go ahead and run this here, and he does a nice job at feeling the pressure come up, knows that defensive end lost contained, so he escapes outside of the pocket. Now if we go back to the start of the play here, and here we go, we're going to roll it. He does a nice job here, feeling the pressure, like I said, escaping, but he keeps his eyes down the field to find his wide receiver, and then does a little Drew Brees-esque jump throw, kind of showing off that gunslinger mentality that he has, not afraid to throw it into different windows, not afraid to throw it anywhere on the field in any kind of body angle. So again, something that Drew Brees does a lot, that little jump throw to make passes down the field. He does it there, and he does it a lot throughout courses of games. Again, that gunslinger mentality, not afraid to make throws and let his guys make plays for him. So a fun quarterback to watch. Yale has themselves a good player. So very interested to see how he does throughout the course of the season this year.
And interestingly, as an old defensive end, there was nothing I disliked more than the quarterback who would reverse out. It may just slow down just a little bit, and I'm sure Jimmy Check that helps him a little bit, making sure that he keeps that pass rush off him when he is playing for Paul the Sticks. Again, Jimmy Check, our latest subject on QB Academy. For Mike, I'm Jeremy. Catch all the episodes of QB Academy at DMVSTREAM.com.